Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm diving into one of the most exciting and most strategic parts of our house build, and that is sourcing high quality aluminum windows and doors right here in China. We compared them to what's commonly available back in Zimbabwe, and honestly, the difference is wild. So I'll walk you through the whole process, how we sourced, tested samples, visited showrooms, and found the perfect manufacturer that we eventually bought from, and some minor challenges we faced also. So one of the big decisions we made early on in the build was that we wanted strong, durable windows and doors, something that could add that extra layer of security and could handle the elements and last for years. We started looking at prices and options in Zimbabwe, but a lot of what we found either wasn't the right quality or it was overpriced for what it was. So looking at the different types of glass windows, we preferred toughened glass, also known as tempered glass, and for added security we wanted them to be laminated. That's when we realized, you know what, we are literally in the manufacturing capital of the world. Let's use this to our advantage. Being in China gave us access to a lot of options, and we're able to source directly from the manufacturers. Now, this part was fun, but a little tricky. We started by visiting showrooms, usually located in fancy malls. If you've ever been to those showrooms, you know the vibes: spotless glass, sparkling displays, and very professional sales reps. And the products were gorgeous. But let's be real. Mall rent is expensive, and that cost shows in the prices. So even though we didn't buy from the showrooms, we used those visits to get hands-on experience. We tested how smooth the doors were, how heavy the frames felt, the lock mechanisms, all of it. That gave us a good standard of what high quality felt like. So once we had an idea of what we're looking for, we turned to online sourcing platforms like Alibaba, 1688, Pinduoduo, Taobao. The options there are endless, but also overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for. That's when we started asking suppliers for samples. We'd say, hey, I saw this style, can you send me a corner sample or a small section of the frame? That way we could physically compare the samples to what we saw in the showroom. Some samples were super light and cheap feeling. Those were an automatic no. I actually have some of the samples. Like, even when just looking at them, when you tap on them, you can tell the quality is just terrible. I couldn't find the samples we got from the manufacturer we bought from, but if I do find them before posting the video, I will insert the clip like somewhere around here so that you can just tell, you can tell the difference in quality. So with those samples from that manufacturer, we knew right away, they were thick, well coated, all around solid quality material. So yeah, we found the supplier whose samples matched with the quality of the showroom product, but at a fraction of the price. And the best part, they were open to negotiating and super flexible because they weren't carrying more overhead. So we asked them a ton of questions like the thickness of the aluminum, treatment process, the type of glass, warranty, even shipping logistics. They passed every test. One thing that really stood out is the type of glass. It's so strong, like a literal truck could roll over it and it wouldn't bend or snap. The kind of material you would look for when you're building your forever home. We also liked how we had full control over the design. We played around with some designs, and we also made some modifications depending on the room. For example, there are windows that we didn't want for them to open in the inside or the outside, so we opted for a tilt and slide mechanism. So everything was customized. So another question you might ask is, how did we communicate? Can we speak English? Can we speak Chinese? And the answer is no, not really. Actually, my husband refuses to learn Chinese. He does know just the basics, but not enough to like carry a conversation. My husband lived in Japan for about 7 years, and he just feels knowing one Asian language is good enough for him, even though he can't really use it here. And as for me, I am terrible with languages, so yeah, the little that we know has allowed us to survive here. So just with that, don't believe anybody who tells you that if you can't speak Chinese, you won't be able to get by. So don't let anything or anybody stop you from coming here. So yeah, we had to rely initially on Google Translate. So we would type our message in Google Translate, copy, paste it to the online store. But later on, we would switch to WeChat, which has a translation feature. And it did help a lot, but we also had situations where it would get the translation wrong. So that meant we would have to keep sending the same message until it got the translation right. But other than that, the process went very well, and we are so happy with the final product, and we can't wait when they are fitted. So yeah, guys, that's how we did it. From showroom visits for hands-on experience, sample requests for comparison, and finally direct sourcing from a manufacturer we trust. If you are in the diaspora and you're thinking about building back home, this is one way to maximize your position. You're already in a country that exports everything. Leverage it. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to follow our full building journey from China to Zimbabwe. Let's talk about